Oh, hello. Just waiting a few minutes. Just waiting. I'm putting in my notes. Gracious. Excuse me. I get started at about 2 minutes. Hello, hello. Oh, I forgot to put in the topic that I was going to talk about. I knew it was something I forgot to do. I forgot to put in the topic in the title that I was going to talk about. But anyway, I'll get started. I've been thinking about a few topics, but it's about brown women, but it's a few topics concerning brown women. I would say that, a lot of brown women at first was on Cassie's side, but then was happy that Diddy wasn't charged with all 5 counts. You know, um, they were happy that OJ wasn't charged with the murder of Nicole Simpson. They were happy about that too. I mean, I can get that a lot of brown men are happy, but I don't really, that's to be expected. I mean, that's not a surprise. Well, it's not a surprise that brown women are excited too that Diddy got off. What I would say, even if Diddy was convicted, what I would say is justice really served, because the real evil people, the people who groomed Diddy, what's going to happen with them, right? Even if he was charged with all 5 counts, would justice really be or are the people at the top just moving him out the way to put somebody else in his place? I feel like for me, it would not have mattered what would have happened with Diddy, because the real criminals, the real ones that's running things, nothing is happening with them at all. And Diddy answers to somebody, whoever he answered to, nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. That person isn't going down. Not yet. That person isn't going down yet. Now, I want to talk about how a lot of brown people are excited. A lot of brown people are excited that Diddy was not found guilty of all counts. And his bail was denied. I get the feeling because 2 of the counts that I forgot exactly what it was, but it was 10 years max, but they never gave a minimum. What that tells me is that he might not do any time. There's no minimum. He gets 2 of those 5 counts is 10 years max, but I did not hear a minimum. And to me, that sounds like with his bail being denied, and I guess October 3rd is where the sentencing would be, I think it's going to be time served, and he will not probably do any time. Because I think he was locked up since 2023, was it? Whenever he was locked up. And 2025 will make close to, I think, 2 years he's been locked up. I get the feeling that he's going to get time served and he's not going to do anything. Do I care? No. Am I happy? I don't care. I honestly didn't even follow the stuff that was going on with Diddy. It was so many people talk about Diddy this whole time. I honestly never followed any of the blog, anything that was going on with Diddy. I never followed it. I just happened to know that Diddy only got 2 counts because it's big news and it's hard not to know about it. But other than that, all of these people that report on Diddy, I just never got into what was going on with Diddy. I think I never got into Diddy because I felt like it was all kind of a hoax. Something to me about Diddy felt like it was all to get people's energy, to get people's involved. I feel like it was, I just never could get into the whole thing with Diddy. I never could get into it. I think I never could get into it because celebrities have a life, they have a different world of their own. You know, they have a different world of their own. And I don't really think it's for regular people, civilians, to get involved with what celebrities have going on. They have a completely different world of their own. But anyway, yeah. Now, what I want to talk about is I hear a lot of brown women online, but brown people altogether, but a lot of brown people, a lot of brown women are making themselves the face of the people who are anti-Trump. They're making themselves the faces of the people that are anti-Trump. And I've talked to other people who are not brown people, who are not brown women, and there's quite a few people that's anti-Trump, but they don't make themselves the face of it. They don't like go loud in public with it. They might talk amongst each other. They might talk amongst their friends. You might see a few videos online of just various people that could be talking about Trump, right? I might see a few white women. I might see a few white men. I might see a few brown men. But brown women are making themselves the face. To me, they are making themselves the face of everything that's anti-Trump. They're making themselves the face of anti-Trump. They're making themselves the face of the Democratic Party, and they're making themselves the face of just anti-Trump. Now, you have a right to be against somebody. If you don't like somebody, you have every right. You don't have to like people. But to make yourself the face of going against a certain person when you're already unprotected, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I talked about, I forget this lady's name because I haven't listened to her music, but she won some kind of award. It was on the BET Awards. What was her name? Doechii, something like that. She was the only person that won an award. She was the only person that used her speech after she won her award. She was the only person that used her speech to talk about ICE and how cruel the people were being treated. She was the only person to use her speech acceptance speech to talk about Trump and to be anti-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump myself. I'm not pro Kamala Harris either. I'm not pro any one of them because I don't think anything is real. I don't think anything is real. I think everything is just fake. It's a false world. It's a false matrix. We're upside down. We're not upright. We're in reverse. And so with that being said, I try not to take too much seriously. It's enough that I have to take my bills seriously. That's enough to take seriously. It's enough to have to get up and go to work when nothing is real. So that's enough that I take seriously. So am I pro-Trump? No, I'm not pro anybody because nothing is real. And if I don't have to give my energy to something, I won't do it. Okay? But the point I'm making is that's a very dangerous thing that brown women are getting themselves into. And I'm starting to feel like maybe certain brown women don't deserve protection. Why are they so bold to make themselves the face of a group of people who are unprotected? They know they're unprotected. but they want to make themselves the face of just being against a person in power. Why are they making themselves the face of that? Are they making themselves the face of those who are happy about Diddy? How many brown men are celebrating versus brown women? I see a lot of brown women that are kind of celebrating the fact that Diddy kind of got away. Me personally, like I say, I don't care, because whoever he answers to, nothing is going to happen to them yet. It will take the Most High, and I'm talking about the real Most High, to really take down, for justice to really be served. It would take the Most High. There's no justice right now. There's no justice. I wouldn't have cared if Diddy would have went to prison for the rest of his life. There still would not be justice, because whoever his boss is, nothing is happening to them. What's happening to Clive Davis? I'm just throwing names out there. What's happening to Clive Davis? What's happening to a lot of, and I don't care about the white man, black man stuff. I don't care about that. Because I've said before, I think the real people who's running the show behind the scenes, I think it's black people. Brown people. I don't think it's the white man. I think it's brown people behind the show. But I think the biggest propaganda is to have brown people as victims, that way you don't realize that the actual people who's in charge are brown folks. It's like nobody would want to see that, because brown people are victims. So anyway, yeah. But nothing else. I just feel like talking about that really quickly, that I think brown women especially, are playing a dangerous game. It's okay to speak up and have a voice. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you know you're unprotected, and you know the minute you have, you piss somebody off that's in power, and they decide to cut off your resources, and you go complain, who's going to help you? Because I would like for brown people, it's okay to use your voice. Nothing's wrong with that. But I just, the minute your resources are cut off, you better have backup. That's all I'm saying, is you don't have to be afraid. I'll never want to tell anybody to have fear. But one thing you want to have is some kind of protection and some backup for when these powerful people decide to cut off your resources. I'm not interested in being pro-black. You have some brown women that's online pro-black and speaking up for the black community. Not me. Not me. The brown women do not have, they don't have the community that backs them up the way that other groups of women do. So I'm not interested in talking bad about any other group of people. I'm not interested in talking crap about Mexicans. I'm not interested in talking crap about Indians. We know a lot of them are taken. Yeah, a lot of them are coming in power in the United States of America. I'm not interested in talking trash about them. I'm not interested in talking trash about Asians online, where everybody can see my face. I'm not interested, because unless you just have a lot of power backing you up, and some women can talk that trash because they have a lot of power to back them up, okay? But unless you have a lot of power backing you up, I don't care. I'm not going to talk trash about any other group of people in defense of brown people, because brown people do not have a community, and brown women do not have a community that backs them up. Brown women don't even defend each other. They don't even defend each other. So I'm not going to be the one to talk down about another group of people. I don't care how bad they are or how racist they are. I'm not going to be online. That's just me talking trash about anybody else, knowing goodness well I do not have a community that backs me up. I'm not going to do it, because most likely the money I get are going to come from other communities. When I do home health, most of my clients are white, Filipino, Asian, Hispanic, and I've had a few Indian, maybe one or two are brown. Okay? Most of the money that brown women are going to be making, unless they online doing readings or doing spiritual work, and they have a lot of brown women as their clients, most of the money that brown women are going to make are going to be from Indians, or they're going to be from Asians, Latino, white. Those are going to be the people where that's going to be your bread and butter. And that's what it is. So I'm not interested in being no pro-black person who's going to get online and talk trash about any other group of people in defense of brown people when brown people don't have a community. But anyway, I just felt like talking about that really quickly. I'm going to get back to doing my notes, and I will talk later.